Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Ever since my dad was a kid, our family has done monthly family dinners. Nicer ones than your average family dinner. It's something our family did when my siblings and I were kids too. We'd have grandparents over and we'd all have a nicer dinner together. When my siblings and I grew up, we still did it. Only instead of what happened before, where branches broke off over time and did their own, they decided we should include partners and spouses and our kids as a whole in one. By the time I was 19, the family had decided they would take turns hosting each month to lessen the burden. My wife was excited to be a part of them at first. We started during our relationship. I did the cooking to start and then she took over after a while because she wanted to. My family had seemingly got along with my wife before this point, but they were overly harsh of her cooking, with the exception of my two younger siblings. She tried to make them happy but no dice. I told them they could be kinder. They said she should cook better or cook different things. My wife didn't make anything they don't eat, but nothing was right. She grew frustrated and I grew suspicious. So we hosted a couple of months ago and I told my wife we were going to pretend I did the cooking, just to see. She told me she felt like they just weren't fond of her food. I pointed out that nobody had the same amount of complaints as them, and they even criticized the steak and potatoes they all seemed to go crazy for. She went along with the plan, and when my family thought I'd cooked it, they loved it. Said it was so good my wife had decided to let a real talent take over. That it was so nice to have something a little different, curry, and all this very lovely stuff. My younger brother and my sister weren't fooled, but they enjoyed watching the rest of the family dig a hole. When the rest of my family heard it was my wife's food and not mine, they tried so hard to backtrack on all the nice stuff. The rest of the dinner went in tense silence and my wife's eyes were opened. I told her I was done with these dinners and she was my priority. She felt a little bad. I told her we could have dinners with my younger brother and sister sometimes. It's less stress anyway. Wow, what a good husband. When we didn't show up to last month's dinner or this one's, my parents and siblings started asking questions. I told them each time we weren't going again, but missing two made it sink in. They told me we need to be there. I said never again. My wife doesn't deserve the disrespect. I told them they ruined what they wanted by being assholes to her. They said I was overreacting, making very relationship-having choices, and treating them badly for simply having issues with my wife's food. They also said to think of future kids and how they miss out. Some of it got to my wife a little, which I have tried to reassure her about. What do you mean they don't like her food? No, you just don't like his wife. Because when everyone told you that, it wasn't her cooking, you were like, you're so yummy, but it was her cooking. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But good on this person for standing up for his wife. He was like, my wife's my priority. That's so cute. I moved out of my dad's house around 1.5 years ago. The deal he made with me was that I could always come back home if I was struggling too much financially. I'm a university student and also working full-time. My lease ends on September 1st, and since around July, he and I have been under agreement that I can move back in with him starting in September. Fast forward to today, he texts me out of the blue and says that his current girlfriend isn't okay with me living there and that I'll need to figure something else out. Her reasoning was that she didn't want to have to hear me in the basement late at night since I get off work super late. I would have been quiet. The most noise would have been the alarm going off for 5 seconds when I opened the door. He told me this 2 weeks before my lease is up. I tried to make a case for myself and told my father that we've been in agreement for months that I can move back in, but he's still refusing. I told him he just effectively made me homeless and that if I had known sooner that I couldn't move back in, I would have looked for somewhere else. He told me I needed to grow up and handle this like an adult, to figure out my own problems. As it stands, most landlords aren't even renting out for September 1st at this point. I'll have to find a place for October 1st. That's messed up of the dad. Well, the dad can't be wondering why none of his kids are back to see him when he's sick, when he's ill, when he's dying. Nobody wants to take care of him. Yep, this is why. Ain't no way. He's not even gonna let his kid move back in with him. Don't have kids then? Like, I'm not saying kids are your responsibility for your whole life. But if they need help, you should really help them. That's just what parents should do. Jeez. We were staying with my parents for 2 weeks and my daughter Lizzie is a vegetarian. We bought some Impossible beef and was going to use it for a later date. My whole family gives Lizzie a hard time for being vegetarian, but she has been one for almost 10 years, from 6 to 16. I have gotten all kinds of hell around the holidays because of things Lizzie wouldn't eat because it had chicken broth or bacon fat in it. I went to the freezer on the day to thaw Lizzie meat for burgers that night. It was gone. My mum refused to get cataract surgery and somehow made the whole family Lizzie's gross fake meat and no one person noticed. It was funny and I told my daughter and my family and laughed at them. My dad got extremely angry at us because he always talks shit about grilling Lizzie's burgers and calls them gross. There were 2 meals that week. It could have been a meatloaf or taco meat and no one noticed. My dad is calling me an asshole, saying how we could be so careless and someone could have gotten sick from eating the fake meat. But it says it's impossible in large letters on the packaging, so it was my mom's mistake, and no one at the time said the meal tasted different, not even my picky ass father, so how judgmental they are of Lizzie. Then dad refused to have the fake meat in the home because of that, and instead Lizzie ate a mushroom burger. But I told him I think he's overreacting to this, but he told me I could stay in a hotel because I played a mean trick on everyone. He was grumpy with both Lizzie and I for the rest of the vacation. Why are people like this? Like, if it's yummy, just say so. You know? It's like they have to believe in something, even if it's like just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like the previous story that we just read, right? They just want to believe that the wife's cooking was bad, so that's why they hate it. But when someone tells them, oh yeah, I cooked it, all of a sudden they like it. But it's still the wife's cooking. This is the same thing. They're literally like, ew, veggie burgers are disgusting. But when they eat it, they were like, so yummy, because they didn't know. But once they knew, all of a sudden it tastes gross. Why are people like this? I don't get it. Like, stop being so stubborn. Jeez, just admit it. They hate losing, I guess. They really hate it. They hate being proven wrong or something. I don't know what it is. Is it like an ego thing? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!